What's up, interwebs? JJ here again. This is a great day. I'm doing 2 videos in one day. Alright, see, I told you I'd be back. I'm here for good, I promise. So, I thought to kind of kick this off again for another video is I would kind of talk about BJD Addicts prompt number 15, which is about friends and that are not BJD friends. Basically people who don't really know what they are, or if they do know what they are, I basically told them about it. So this is going to be kind of fun because my best friend, Kayleen, she didn't really know what they were until I basically knew what they were. She was actually there at the first con that I went to with her, where I saw my very first BJD. So she didn't really get into them though until a few months ago, and she now has 2, but before that she didn't really want anything to do with them, you know, wasn't really intrigued by them as much. She had kind of like her own thing, which was cool. But I was really happy that my best friend decided to get one, basically because of my interest in them and my other friend's interest. So that's really cool. And my second story that I have, don't fall, is actually my coworkers. I'm pretty open about them there, and it's kind of funny because I don't share a whole lot of information on them, the BJDs at work, except for like pictures and stuff that I do for them, and mostly only with 1 or 2 coworkers, because I do work, like I said, in a kitchen atmosphere in a restaurant. So I mean, I wouldn't bring them there. It'd be kind of dangerous and kind of strange. But I remember their reactions were kind of funny, because they didn't know really what they were, but they basically just thought it was kind of cool. Just kind of a neat, weird, quirky thing that their quirky coworker did. Sorry about that. I have had a couple instances where I've had, basically acquaintances that weren't exactly close friends, but they would come over with my other friends. We'd have a gathering of friendship, and they would spot them in the corner, and they would go, "What is that?" And I'm like, "They're BJDs." They're like, "Why do you have tiny people on your shelf?" And I'm like, "Well, you see, they do this, this, and this, and this," and I show them a little bit, and usually I get good reactions from people who don't know what they are. Usually they're just kind of intrigued by this art form, I guess, which is pretty cool. I haven't really gotten that many negative reactions, besides, ironically, from my significant other, which isn't really a negative reaction, I guess, more like a reluctance. They're not really sure what to think about them, but that's okay for now. And yeah, so all in all, in a nutshell, good things. Something that I guess I could mention is that I've never really let people interact with them. I mean, if they ask, I don't mind too much, but I'm usually like, "Oh, careful, you know, don't touch their face," you know, kind of give them a rundown of what they are. Usually don't tell them how much they are either, or if I do, I basically give them the, "Oh, well, there's BJDs of multiple sizes and multiple companies and expenses, and they can range from $100 to $1,000, and I give them that answer, so it's a very large spectrum, so then they're not like, "Wait, you paid $400 for it all?" And I'm like, "Yeah, paid a lot for a lot of dolls." Okay. So yeah, that's